Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this Ashtanga practice. So start off in a comfortable seat. So if you've got a bolster or a block, pop yourself up a little bit higher to release any tension from the hips and the knees. And get yourself comfortable. Place your hands on your legs, either palms up or palms down, whatever feels most appealing for you today. And then lift the shoulders up, back, and drop them down. Let your chin drop down towards your chest. And close your eyes. Start to take long, deep breaths. Taking these first few moments to let yourself arrive. Taking a moment to check in and to notice how you're feeling. Just simply noticing the sensations as they arise, accepting fully, completely as they are. And as you sweep your awareness around your body, just start to notice any tightness, any tension. Use your breath to release. So with each inhale, fill the whole body with a sense of space and expansion. Let that space seek out any tightness, any tension. And with the exhale, let it go. Just take a few long, deep breaths to encourage the body to soften. Long, deep inhale, fill the whole body with breath all the way up to the crown of the head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Exhale. Again, long, deep inhale, fill the whole body with breath all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale. One more long, deep inhale. Exhale. And just let your breath find its own natural rhythm. Just simply watching the breath. Sometimes that simple act of noticing makes the breath change. So don't worry, just be patient. And just keep watching that gentle flow. Noticing that the exhale has a natural descending, sinking quality. Feel the body sink down into the earth with each exhale. Feel a sense of weight down through the legs, down through the base of the body. Feel a gentle pressure down through the sit bones. Each exhale creating a sense of stability and connection down with the earth. And with each inhale, feel a sense of rising energy up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Feel the body gently lift and spread, not so you feel rigid, just with the least effort needed to create a sense of space. Starting to notice the gentle movements of the body with each breath. As you inhale, feel the belly lift and spread. As you exhale, feel the belly pull back to the spine. Notice the gentle movement of the chest, the ribs, the way they expand side to side, front to back, top to bottom. See if you can feel each of those directions of expansion individually. And see if you can sense all those directions all at the same time. And start to notice the gentle movement of the breath in the nostrils. Coolness as you inhale, warmth as you exhale. Noticing if the mind wanders, just acknowledging, accepting a thought's popped into your head. Don't worry, don't get frustrated. Just simply notice. And then make a choice to let the thought drift to the back of the mind and instead shift your awareness back to your breath, back to the sounds, the sensations. And start your ujjayi breath, your soft sighing breath. So you can go straight in, or if you want to ease yourself in, take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth as if you're steaming up a pane of glass. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Start to exhale through your mouth, but then close the mouth halfway through the exhale, keeping that soft sighing sound in the back of the throat. Just keep doing that in your own time. Inhaling through the nose, starting to exhale through the mouth, closing the mouth halfway through. Keeping that slight tightness in the back of the throat, similar to when you whisper. And this slight tightness will create friction, and the friction will create the soft sighing sound. And once you've found that sighing sound on the exhale, start to make the same sighing sound on the inhale. The breath sounds like the waves of the sea. Inhales, exhales the same length. Keeping this smooth, soft breath throughout the practice. After all, this is a breathing practice. In Ashtanga, there are a lot of postures, but ultimately the breath is the priority. So if at any point you notice that the breathing's become shallow or restricted, then ease off out of the posture until you find that smooth, flowing breath. Rest whenever you need to rest. Keep that soft sighing sound. The rhythm will soothe the mind and the nervous system. So setting an intention for kindness and compassion. No forcing, no pushing. Don't worry what the posture looks like. Focus on how it feels. Modify where necessary. And accept whatever arises today, in this moment, in this practice. Every day is different. So no expectations, no judgment. Just a smooth, flowing breath. So now bring your hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Taking a moment to seal in that intention. And then slowly opening the eyes. And then let's come up to standing for our Sun Salutations. So standing in Samastitihi at the front of your mat. Bringing your feet together. Or maybe having the feet slightly apart, whatever feels good for you. But just taking a moment to find that sense of equal standing, equal weight between each foot. Equal weight between the big toes, little toes, inner heels, outer heels. As you inhale, feel a rising energy up through the front of the body, up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, feel the energy of the breath descend down the back of the body, lengthening the tailbone down, gentle pressure down through the heels. Reconnecting with your Ujjayi breath, your soft, sighing breath. Let your eyes soften, your gaze go out of focus. Sun Salutation A. Inhale, lift your arms up, gaze up to your hands. Exhale, folding forwards, bend the knees as much as you need. Relax your head, relax your neck. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips or bring your hands to your shins, lengthen the chest. Exhale, hands flat, step back, lowering down, half or full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. So for this first one, just making sure you find a comfortable position for the hands and the feet. Spreading the fingers, spreading the toes. 1, rooting down through the base of the knuckles. 2, maybe starting off with the hands and feet a little bit wider, just maybe a shorter stance. 3, 4, 5. At the end of the exhale, look at the space between your hands. Step or walk your feet forwards. Inhale, lift and lengthen your chest. Exhale, folding down, bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Gaze up to your hands. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forwards, bend the knees as much as you need. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands flat, step back. If you're going for full chaturanga, just push back through the heels. Check that your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Lengthen the chest forwards. Pull the belly in, push into your hands, hover. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Again, set the hands, set the feet into a comfortable position. Soft, sighing breath. 1. Feel as though you're pushing them out away with the hands. 2. Gently spreading the heels back, away from the toes. 3. 4. 5. At the end of the exhale, look at the space between your hands. Step, hop, walk your feet forwards. Come up onto your fingertips or bring your hands to your shins. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Gaze up to your hands. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Inhale, arms up. Press through the feet. Reach through the fingers. Exhale, folding forwards. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank, lowering down, half or full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 1, connecting with your soft, sighing Ujjayi breath. 2, notice where the breath reaches inside the body. Notice any resistance. Where you can, release that resistance. 3, finding that balance between effort and effortlessness. 4, 5, look at the space between your hands. At the end of the exhale, step, hop or jump your feet forwards, lift the chest, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, arms up overhead, gaze up to your hands. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Let's do one more A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 1, just following your soft, same breath. 2, relax your face, your jaw. 3, 4, and 5. Look at the space between your hands at the end of the exhale. Step, hop or jump. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, arms up, overhead, gazing up to your hands. Exhale, arms down by the sides, Sun Salutation B. Bend the knees, sink the hips low. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold your chest onto your legs, hands flat, relax your head and neck, straighten your legs last. Inhale, fingertips or hands to shins, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands flat, step or jump back into your plank, chaturanga, keep the gaze forward, push into your hands, squeeze your elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Turn your left heel in, step your right foot to your right thumb. Inhale, arms up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, lowering down, chaturanga. Keep pushing through the hands, pushing back through the heels. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Turn your right heel in, step your left foot to your left thumb. Inhale, arms up, warrior 1, square in the hips. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 1. Push down through the hands, drawing energy up through the arms, spinning the shoulders out. 2. Feel as though you're lifting your sit bones up and back. 3. The legs are straight, gently lifting the kneecaps, spread the backs of the knees. 4. And 5, at the end of the exhale, look at the space between your hands. Inhale, step, hop or jump your feet forwards, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips low, lift your arms up either side of the ears. Inhale, stand. Exhale, samastitihi, bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold the chest onto the legs, hands flat, relax your head and neck. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, hands flat, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Turn your left heel in, step your right foot to your right thumb, square the hips, press through the feet, tuck the tailbone, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Turn your right heel in, step your left foot to your left thumb. Inhale, warrior 1, square the hips. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5, at the end of the exhale, look at the space between your hands, step, hop or jump. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips low. Inhale, arms up. Samastitihi. Bringing your hands onto your hips, separate your feet hip distance. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, extending forwards. If you can, keeping the legs straight, otherwise bend the knees as much as you need. Slide your hands down your legs, eventually taking hold of your big toe with your second and third finger. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding down. 1. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. 2. Gently lift the kneecaps. Gently rock the weight forwards towards the balls of the feet. 3. Base soft, jaw soft. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen your chest. Paschimottanasana, sliding your hands underneath your feet. So your toes touch all the way up to the creases of the wrists. Bend the knees if you need. Inhale. Exhale, fold. 1. Gently rocking the weight forwards towards the balls of the feet. 2. 3. Relax the shoulders. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen your chest. Slide your hands from underneath your feet onto your hips. Keep your knees soft. Inhale, lift all the way back up to standing samastiti. Trikonasana. Inhale, striding out with your right foot. Left toes turn in, right toes face the back of the mat. Exhale, reach the fingers out. Take your hand down to your shin or your ankle, or eventually taking hold of your big toe. Tuck your right thigh, your right bum cheek under, leaning back, gaze to the hand. 1. Gently lifting your kneecaps. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Exhale, gazing down to your right big toe. Inhale, lifting up, turn your feet. Right toes turn in, left toes turn forwards. Exhale, reaching out, keep the side body nice and long. Reach as far as you can. Take your hand to your shin or your ankle or your big toe. Gazing up to your right hand. 1. Again, tucking that left thigh, that left bum cheek under, leaning back. 2, but keep lengthening your tailbone down to your back heel, your right heel. 3. 4. And 5, gazing down to your left big toe. Inhale, lifting up, turn to face the back of the mat for Paravrita Trikonasana. So setting your feet so they're about hip width, but a shorter distance so you can keep both heels down. Pressing down strongly through that left heel. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, extend forward. Use your right hand to gently keep pushing that right hip towards the front of the mat as you lengthen your chest forwards. Taking your left hand down. If you can reach to the outer edge of the right foot, maybe onto a block. If that's too much, you can go to the inside of the foot. Press into your hand. Lift and lengthen your chest. Again, use your right hand to push that right hip back. Take your right hand onto your lower back. Roll the right shoulder back. Lean back to keep the body central to the mat. And then lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Squaring the hips, setting the feet. Use your left hand to push that left hip towards the back of the mat. Shoulders back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, extend forward so the spine's nice and long. Always trying to create space in these twists. Take your right hand down to the outer edge of your left foot, onto the mat or on the block. Again, push into that hand, lift and lengthen. Use your left hand to push that left hip crease back. Take your left hand onto your lower back, roll the shoulders back, lean back, lift the left arm up. Gaze the left hand. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5, gazing down to your left big toe. Inhale, windmill the arms up, stretch your arms out to the side. Step back to the front of the mat. Salutation. Inhale, stride out with your right foot. Turn your right toes forwards, left toes in. Gently resting your right forearm onto your thigh, or taking your right hand down to the outer edge of the foot. Baddha Konasana. Stretching that left arm up and over the ear. 1. Keep pressing down strongly through the little toe edge of your back foot. 2. Spin your shoulder out so your thumb slightly tilts up towards the ceiling. 3. Squeeze that right thigh, that right bum cheek under. 4. And 5, gaze down to your right big toe. Inhale, lifting up, spin on the feet, right toes turn in, left toes turn forwards. Again, either forearm to thigh or hand to the outer edge of the foot. Taking the top arm over the ear, gaze that top hand. 1, feel as though you've got one long line of energy from the little toe all the way up to the fingers. 2, keep that left knee stacked over the left ankle. 3, 4, and 5, gaze down to your left big toe. Inhale, lifting the arms up. We're going to miss the next posture, so just step back to the front of the mat. Salutation. Paschimottanasana, we'll do A and C. Inhale, wide stride out with your right foot. Have your feet parallel. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, the elbows. Exhale, folding forwards. Taking your fingertips down onto the mat underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift and lengthen your chest. Exhale, folding down. Sliding your hands back in between your feet if the hands are flat. You can use a block underneath the hands if you can't quite reach. 1, keeping your feet parallel. 2, just notice where the weight is in the feet. Often we drop back to the heels, so rock some weight forwards. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, interlace the hands for C. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, the palms. Exhale, folding forwards, taking the arms up and overhead. 1, I often find I kind of like to wriggle into it once I'm in. So just bend your elbows, shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades as you straighten the arms. 4, taking the arms over again. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, Salutation. So interlate, bringing your hands, either hand to your wrist or to your elbows, or you can bring your hands into reverse prayer. Short stride out with your right foot, turn to face the back of the room, pull that right hip back. Exhale, extend forwards, keeping the lower back level, folding over the space between the legs. Squeeze the palms, feel as though you're taking your elbows back and up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend that right knee slightly. Inhale, lifting up, spin on your feet for Paschimottanasana. On the left, pulling that left hip back, lengthen your chest forwards. Keep both feet pressing strongly down into the mat. 1, press down through the ball of that left foot and the heel of your right foot, your back foot. 2, 3, either gaze into your left big toe, or if you're close to the leg, just gaze to your third eye. 3, 4, and 5. Bend your left knee slightly. Inhale, lifting up, turn to face the long edge of the mat, stretch the arms out, give the hands, the wrists a little bit of a spin. and then step back to the front of the mat. Samastitihi. So we're going to miss out the hamstring balance. We're going to come straight into Baddha Konasana. So you've got a choice. If you want to just do tree, then right foot either into tree at the ankle, the calf, or maybe you can go higher up the thigh. Or half squat, hooking your right ankle just above your left knee, keeping that right foot flexed, making sure there's no pain in the knee. You can bring your hands into prayer, cross the forearms, or maybe even take your fingertips down. Otherwise, if you've got a half lotus, right foot up into half lotus, bend that left knee so you can wrap the arm around the back, taking hold of the big toe, taking your left hand down. I'm mirroring you, by the way. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Roll that right shoulder down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. If you're in your half lotus, bend your standing leg. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, release. Changing sides. Left foot into tree, half squat or half lotus. If you're taking the bind, wrapping the left arm, taking hold of the big toe. Taking your right hand down. Inhale. Exhale, fold. 1. Shoulders relaxed. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the standing leg. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, release. So we're going to miss the Vinyasa and we're going to come straight into Utkatasana for 5 breaths, preparing for our warrior sequence. So bend the knees, sink the hips low, lift your arms up, either sides of the ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, folding forward, sit your hands down, relax your head and neck as you straighten your legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, come up onto your fingertips or hands to shins, lift and lengthen your chest. Exhale, hands flat, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, double cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Turn your left heel in, step your right foot to your right thumb. Warrior 1 for 5 breaths. So you've got the time to just check the hips are squared, tuck the tailbone, relax your shoulders. 1, palms can be apart or together, whatever's good for you. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Straighten that right leg, spin on the feet, turn to face the back of the mat. Pull that left hip back, right hip forwards, tuck the tailbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, opening out, warrior 2. Slide your right foot back. Keep that left knee stacked over your left ankle. 1, left heel in line with your right instep. 2, reaching through the fingertips. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, straighten your back leg, turn your feet, right toes turn forwards, gaze to your right middle finger. 1, 2, so if you can sink a little bit lower with both sides of the pelvis. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, lowering down, half or full chaturanga. Inhale, double cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Look at the space between your hands. At the end of the exhale, step, hop, or jump, feet through, and come down to sit. And I'm just going to turn around so you can face me, so I can face you even. Dandasana, taking your hands either side of your hips, roll the shoulders back. Gently pressing the heels and hands down either side of the hips as you gaze to your big toes. 1. Using this posture as an opportunity to connect back with the breath. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Paschimottanasana, folding forwards, taking hold of the big toes, or using a belt if you can't quite reach. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, extend. 1. Remember, there's nowhere to get to, no expectations, no judgment. 2. Noticing how your body feels today in this moment. 3. Using your breath to seek out any areas of tension, of tightness. Let it go with the exhale. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen your chest. And then if you had hold of the toes, take your hands around the sides of the feet, using your thumbs to push the base of the big toes forwards, little toe edges back. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale. Extend. 1. 2. Connect back with that soft, sighing sound. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. We'll leave it there for Paschimottanasana, and we'll take the hands back behind the hips. So you can either do this with straight legs or with bent knees, Paschimottanasana. So just having your hands 6 to 8 inches behind, fingertips pointing in towards the lower back. Roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows in, lift through the chest, through the breastbone first, and then when you're ready, inhale. Lift the hips. You can either tuck your chin in or drop the head back. 1, so you can lift your hips a bit higher. 2, press into the hands. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. Taking a vinyasa. So your choice, whether you take the vinyasas or you skip them, or you can just do the lift, or you can breathe. Remember, this is your practice, so choose whatever feels good for you. So crossing your ankles, just remember which leg is on top, because you want to switch it each time. Bringing your hands onto your knees, hug your thighs into your chest. Feel as though you're almost round in the back, pushing back into that space between the shoulder blades. Keep your thighs hugging into your chest. Stretch your arms forwards. So we're going to take the hands forwards and down and rock forward slightly. So inhale, push, lift the bum, step or jump your feet back. Chaturanga, half or full. Inhale, dog or cobra. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Look at the space between your hands. Inhale, step, hop or jump your feet forwards. Come down to sitting. Again, I'll just turn around so you can see me. And then Salutation A. So we're skipping 2 postures to move straight into Salutation A. Bend your right knee, bringing your right foot to your left inner thigh. Turning your torso towards your straight leg. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Taking your hands wherever they reach. So that could be the shin or the foot, or use a belt. And again, inhale, shoulders back. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. 1. Keep that right sit bone heavy. 2. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. 3. With each inhale, create a sense of length along the spine. Exhale, release the tension. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, release. Changing sides, straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee. Taking the foot to wherever feels comfortable on the thigh, roll the shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Again, hands to wherever feels comfortable, roll the shoulders back, inhale. Exhale. 1. Face soft, jaw soft. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. So because your right leg was straight, cross your right leg over your left. Hug your thighs in, round your back. Stretch your arms forwards, rock forwards. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Look at the space between your hands. Inhale, step, hop or jump your feet forwards. So we're going to skip Janashishasana B and C and come straight into Marichasana A. So bend your right knee, bring your right heel back in towards your bum, keeping about 2 fists worth of space between your foot and your thigh. Lift your right arm up, inhale. Exhale, extend forward. So maybe just stay in here, or you can even use a belt around the foot. Or if you just gaze to your right shoulder and it's in front of your shin, then it means you've got the space to bind. So sweep your right arm around, turn your palm up, bend your elbow, wrap the hand around the back, taking hold of either your belt, your t-shirt, fingertips, or eventually right hand takes left wrist. Exhale, rounding forwards towards your leg. 1. Gently push down through that right foot to keep the pelvis stable. 2. Sending your breath to those areas that feel tight at the back of the body. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Change inside, straighten your right leg, bend your left knee, bringing the heel in towards the bum. Again, about 2 fists worth of space. Lifting the left arm up, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, extend again to wherever the hand reaches, maybe taking the foot, or if your left shoulder's in front of the shin, sweep your arm around, turn your palm up, bend your elbow, take hold of clothes, belt, fingertips, or left hand takes right wrist, folding forwards. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. So last time right leg was over left, so this time left leg over right. Hug your thighs in. Keep your thighs hugging into your chest as much as you can, so try not to let a gap appear between the thighs. That'll help you to float through eventually. So keep hugging the thighs in, rock forward, push, lift the bum, step or jump your feet back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Look at the space between your hands. Step, hop or jump your feet forwards. For Marichasana C, so missing out Marichasana B, Marichasana on the C on the right, bend your right knee, bringing your right heel in towards your bum. You only need about 1 fist worth of space for this twist. So take your right fingertips behind, press into the fingers, lift and lengthen. So for you, maybe just wrapping the arm around the front of the shin, or if you want to go a little bit further, you can lean back slightly, straighten that left arm, hook the left elbow over the outside of the knee, palm faces out, or if you're taking the bind, stretch the arm out, bend the elbow, bend the wrist, so you can slide your hand across the top of the thigh, and then hook in clothes, belt, or fingertips. Turn to gaze over your right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, release. Changing sides. Bend your left knee. Again, bringing your heel into your bum, about one fist worth of space. Taking your left fingers behind. Lift your right arm up. Inhale. You can either wrap the arm around the front of the knee, hook your elbow, or if you're taking your bind, stretching the arm out. Bend your elbow, take hold of your fingers or your wrist. Turn to gaze over your left shoulder. 1. With each inhale, keep the spine lengthening up towards the ceiling. 2. And with the exhale, maybe twisting if that feels okay. 3, 4, and 5. Turn your gaze forwards. Exhale, release. So instead of our Vinyasa, let's do Navasana. So we'll do 3 and we can vary it, so your choice. So you can wrap your forearms behind your thighs, or you can hover your toes just above the mat. Stretch the arms up. 1, squeeze your thighs together. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cross your shins, hug your thighs in, rock forward, push, lift the bum. Exhale, lower. Navasana, so either sticking with that one, or you can maybe lift the feet up in line with the knees, but lift your chest, squeeze your thighs. 1, 2, relax your face. 3, relax your jaw. 4, and 5. Cross your shins, hug your thighs in, rock forwards, push, lift the bum. Exhale, lower. Navasana, so either this one, or maybe you can straighten the legs, maybe even reach the arms forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross your shins, hug your thighs in, push, lift the bum, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale up, double cobra. Just enjoy the stretch of those hip flexors. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Look at the space between your hands. Step, hop, walk, or jump your feet around your hands. So we're doing this variation instead of Padasana, instead of the arm press pose. So dropping down into a low squat if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, high squat. Just make sure your knees are pointing in the same direction as your toes. So whatever variation feels good for you. Roll the shoulders back. Gently pull the chest forwards through the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sink down onto your bum, coming straight into Baddha Konasana. So bringing the soles of the feet together. If it's comfortable, sliding the heels in towards the groin, or if that's too much for the hips or the knees, take a longer Baddha Konasana, so a longer diamond shape, sliding your feet further away. And then just lift the flesh from underneath your sit bones, pop up onto a block if you feel like you're tilting backwards. Press into your fingers to roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen. You can stay upright like this, or if you're folding forward, sit your hands around the feet, roll open the soles of the feet as you extend your chest forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lifting the chest, Baddha Konasana B, round in the back. So let your pelvis tilt back slowly as you round your back. Cow forward, sticking the crown of the head down towards the insteps. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, just take your fingers behind to stretch your legs out for Upper Konasana. So you only need about a 90-degree angle. And again, stay up on your block or pop up on your block if you need. Again, lift the flesh from underneath your sit bones. Roll your thighs, your knees back so your feet are flexed up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, you can stay upright or you can start to fold forwards, maybe taking your hands forward, or eventually hands take the outer edges of the feet. Spin your shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting the feet up into the hands. If you're on a block, pop off your block. If you can't lift the feet up into the hands, then bend your knees, take hold of the little toe edges of the feet, and you can hang out here, or you can start to straighten the legs. But push your feet into your hands, pull your hands back into your feet, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, gaze up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bringing your legs together. Hover here for a little cheeky Navasana. I'm just going to turn around and then exhale, lower, hover, and then release. So we're skipping a few postures, coming into Supta Padangusthasana. So maybe using your belt if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, lift your right leg up, taking hold of your big toe or wrapping your belt around the ball of the foot. Exhale, lift your head and chest up towards your leg. Relax your right shoulder. 1, gaze your left big toe. 2, left foot can be flexed or pointed as long as it's active, whatever's good for you. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head down. Exhale, roll your right thigh back. Feel as though you're trying to tilt your right toes down towards the mat. Squeeze your right thigh, your right bum cheek, and take your right leg out to the side. Gaze over to your left shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the leg back up to center. Exhale, lift the head and chest up towards the leg. Inhale, head down. Exhale, leg down, changing sides. Inhale, lift your left leg up, taking hold of the belt or the big toe. Exhale, lift your head and chest up. 1, relax that left shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head down, turn the left thigh, the left knee out, let your toes tilt down towards the mat, take your left leg out to the left, gaze over your right shoulder. 1, squeeze that left thigh, that left bum cheek. 2, make sure the right side is heavy. If the right side is lifting, don't take your left leg so far. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lift your head and chest. Inhale, head down. Exhale, leg down. So we'll miss the last couple of postures and we'll come straight into the finishing sequence for 3 back bends. So your choice whether you do bridge, Urdhva Dhanurasana, a combination of the two. So I'll demonstrate bridge first and then I'll move on to Urdhva Dhanurasana. So your choice as to which versions you do. But either way, bringing your heels in towards your bum, keeping your feet hip distance, feet parallel. Taking your hands either side of your hips. If you're going for Urdhva Dhanurasana, set the hands either side of the ears.
And then press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. If you're in your bridge, you can grip the sides of the mat and feel as though you're trying to rip the mat in half and spin the upper arms out. So maybe rocking from side to side to get your shoulder blades, your upper arms a bit closer together. You can stay gripping the mat or walk the elbows, the upper arms in to support the hips with the heels of the hands. Or you can interlace your hands underneath your back, pressing the little finger edge of the hand down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, releasing down. And then either staying in that position to repeat your bridge, or if you're going for Baddha Konasana, taking your hands either side of your ears, spinning your fingertips out slightly towards your outer edges of the mat. That'll help to keep the elbows squeezing in. And then press into your feet, start to peel the hips up away from the mat. Maybe you just want to stay here in this preparatory stage, or if you're going a stage further, push into your hands, push up onto the crown of the head, take the opportunity to slide the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows in, and then push to straighten the arms. 1, lengthen the tailbone towards the knees. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So traditionally you come onto the crown of the head and just hover there, otherwise you can come all the way down. And then again, one more. Inhale, lift. 1, keep gently squeezing the knees together so they stay stacked over the ankles. 2, if you're in Baddha Konasana, spin the shoulders out. 3, 4, and 5. Baddha Konasana, tuck your chin in, come all the way down onto the back of the head. So instead of our Paschimottanasana as a counter pose, we'll just bend the knees into the chest. So start off with just bending the right knee, hugging your right thigh in. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can straighten your left leg away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If your left leg was straight, bend your left knee first, drop your right foot down, change sides, hug your left thigh into your chest, either keeping the right knee bent or straightening the right leg away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So moving on to shoulder stands. If you're not doing shoulder stand, then double leg lift. You can always pop a block or a pile of books or a bolster underneath your pelvis. And if you're close to a wall, you can even rest your heels onto the wall. Otherwise, if you're going for your shoulder stand, then taking your hands either side of your hips, using a little bit of a push through the hands, a little bit of a momentum through the roll to take your feet up. So maybe just bringing your hands straight onto your back, rocking from side to side, walk your upper arms, your elbows in. If your hamstrings allow, you may even be able to drop your feet down into halasana. If your toes touch down, then you can rock from side to side, interlace the hands, get the shoulders a bit closer together. If your feet don't touch down, keep your hands on your back so you're not overstraining the neck. And then before you lift the legs, again, bring the hands back up onto the back and lift the legs up towards the ceiling. We'll hold this for 10 breaths. 1, gaze into your navel. 2, making sure there's no pressure in the neck. You want the weight to be on the shoulders, and you'll feel it through the back of the head as well. 3, 4, try and move your pelvis towards your face and your heels away from the face. 5, so you have a nice straight line. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halasana, dropping your feet overhead. Again, you can keep your hands on your back, or if your toes touch down, interlace, rock from side to side. Traditionally you're on the tops of the feet, but if that's too much, just keep the toes tucked. Hold for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bend your knees, let your thighs, your knees drop in towards your chest. Again, you can keep your hands interlaced. You can bring your hands onto your back. Paschimottanasana again for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Release the hands, rock from side to side with control, one vertebra at a time. Keep your head and neck down. Slowly roll down the spine. Coming into Matsyasana. So if you've got an easy lotus, come into your lotus. Otherwise, you can do this with your legs straight. So just lift your bum, slide your hands underneath your bum so you're resting onto your knuckles, palms down on the mat. Walk your forearms, your elbows in towards each other so the bum stays down, but press into the elbows, the forearms to lift your chest. Drop your head back if you can. Rest onto the crown of the head. Hold this again for 8. 1, 2. Feeling that length along the throat, the neck. That's what this counter pose is for. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So stay on the crown of the head, just shuffle to release your hands. Uttanapidasana, so it's like Navasana with the legs, taking your fingertips hands into prayer, fingertips pointing to your feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Release. Take your hands down, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears to support the neck as you slowly roll that down. Cross your ankles, your shins, bend the knees into the chest. Slowly roll up and down the spine a few times. Rock all the way up to sitting. So either comfy cross leg, or again if you take an easy lotus, coming into lotus, and then either wrapping your arms around your back, taking hold of the elbows, or if you're in lotus, eventually you take your fingers to your big toes, and then exhale, folding forwards. Taking the forehead down, if it reaches onto the mat or onto a block, otherwise just stay wherever you comfortably reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, lifting up, bringing your thumb and your index finger together, resting the hands onto the legs and knuckles, onto the thighs. Roll your shoulders back, drop your gaze, just taking a moment to tune into your breath, letting the body settle. Soft sighing ujjayi breath, and tuning into that natural sinking, descending quality of the exhale, and that natural rising, expansive quality to the inhale. As you exhale, imagine pebbles falling down through water, bringing a sense of connection, grounding down to the earth. As you inhale, imagine bubbles rising up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. And just stay with those visualizations of exhale, pebbles falling. Inhale, bubbles rising. And I'm going to count us through 10 breaths. If the rhythm of your breath doesn't match the count, so then just breathe in your own rhythm. Don't worry about trying to keep in count with me. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 6. Inhale. Exhale. 7. Inhale. Exhale. 8. Inhale. Exhale. 9. Inhale. Exhale. 10. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. And lift your gaze. Prepare for Shavasana. So if you've got warm layers, blankets, cushions, get whatever you need to find that comfortable position. Lying down onto your backs when you're ready. So either with the knees bent, especially if your lower back tends to feel a bit fragile, then knees bent, you can always pop a bolster underneath the knees or a rolled up blanket or cushions. Or if it feels comfortable, you can have your legs straight, feet wide, let your feet roll out to the sides. Lift your chest, snuggle your shoulder blades in towards each other, down the back, rest your shoulders down. Lift your head, tuck your chin in, rest the back of your head down. Close your eyes. And start to take long, deep breaths. Letting go of your Ujjayi breath. Again, finding that natural sinking quality to the exhale. With each exhale, let go a little bit more. Feel the back of the body soften down into the earth. Feel the weight through the backs of the heels. Gentle pressure of the legs, the pelvis, the spine, the shoulders, the back of the head. Each exhale, gravity drawing those points down into the earth. Soften the skin of your forehead. Feel as though the eyeballs are sinking back into the skull. Relax the skin of the cheeks back to the ears. Let your lower jaw fall away from your upper jaw. Feel the tongue from behind the teeth, from the roof of the mouth. Let it soften back into your throat. Relax your chest, your belly. You might find that the mind has started to wander. Often when the body becomes still, mind takes over. So know that you've still got
some more time to relax, plenty of time to think later on. So as the thoughts pop into your head, acknowledge, notice, and then let them go. Let them drift away the way the clouds drift through the sky. Instead, bring your awareness to watching the movement of the belly with each breath. Noticing the rise as you inhale, fall as you exhale. Each long exhale, let go, relax, release. If you have the time, then stay and rest a little longer. Otherwise, if you need to move on, start to take long, deep breaths. Gently move your fingers, toes, hands, feet. Take a long, deep inhale, stretch your arms overhead, give your body a really nice long stretch. Stretch your hands away from your feet. Exhale, release. Bend the knees and slowly roll over onto whichever side feels comfortable for you. Rest your head on your arm. And keep taking long, deep breaths. And then when you're ready, use your hands to push yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together. Just taking a moment to notice how you're feeling. Seal in the energy, the efforts, the kindness and compassion. And take away with you a feeling of calm, relaxation, peace. Bow forward, take your hands to the earth to give thanks. And then lifting back up. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.